Hello again, class. I did end up making one more video on this lecture because I think that this is important, this Dr. Fox lecture, to talk about symbolic capital, but also because it helps bring a lot of the subjects together that we've already been discussing. So there's a little YouTube video down here, and I've also uploaded it to D2L called the Dr. Fox Lectures, and it's this old experiment that was done where somebody gives a lecture and to a group of people who are all PhDs, all experts in their field, and they listen to this person give a lecture, and they all say that he's amazing, he's really interesting, and he's smart, and actually the person who's giving the lecture is an actor, and they don't know anything about what they're speaking about, and their speech is designed to not make any sense at all. So even though the content of their speech has nothing to do with anything, and there's no really content to say, he doesn't actually ever say anything important, everybody rates him as being really intelligent and says that he was a great speaker. And this brings up this idea of symbolic capital. So do watch the video and see the ways that Dr. Fox is able to kind of outfox and outwit the panel of experts that have come to to listen to him talk. But it has to do with the symbolic capital. And symbolic capital is resources that humans can use to influence situations and affect other people's behavior that's not material or economic. These include knowledge, social relationships, debts, prestige, and so on. So, one of you could look at these outfits that these people are wearing. The outfit of a person who has a degree, or just the symbolic capital of having a piece of paper hanging on your wall that says, "I got a degree at City Colleges of Chicago, or UIC, or DePaul, or these other schools." What that means and what kind of power that gives you. The symbolic capital of the Pope outfit. You could imagine if you walked around in that, and you were happen to be look a little bit like the Pope, people would treat you very differently. There's symbolic capital, or a police officer, or a lab coat. The lab coat experiment is interesting because that's been really studied. The white laboratory coat, people just walking around with that, and they get treated much better. And have a different kind of power in social situations. Okay, so there are resources available to individual based on prestige, honor, and recognition. So again, please watch this Dr. Fox lecture and then think about how did Dr. Fox fool his audience into believing what he was saying, despite the fact that what he was saying was meaningless. So none of the sentences that he says actually really contain any information, and certainly not any information relevant to the topic of his lecture. What resources or symbolic capital did Dr. Fox use to influence the experts in the audience? And I want you to think about this broadly. Think about the things we've been talking about. Think about gender. Think about race. Think about age. Think about the way he's dressed. Think about the language he's using. What kind of language is he using? What kind of accent does he have? Try to pay attention. What were Dr. Fox's sources of power to control the audience? The audience evaluated his nonsense discussion. And what does this teach us about symbolic capital and power? Okay, thank you very much.